Mitsuharu Tsumura, Lima, Peru aus dem Restaurant Maido. Neueinsteiger in die Liste der 50 Best Restaurants of the World.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here, the CHEF-SACHE. Before I know that other chefs from Lima, from Peru, have been here, like Virgilio Martinez, like Gastón Acurio. And I'm here to talk about many things. I want to talk about many things, but I know we have 45 minutes, and I want to talk about Peruvian cuisine, talk about revolution right now in Peru and in the world, and talk about Nikkei cuisine. So to start, we have to understand what has happened in Peru over the last 8 to 10 years. I believe that most people here in the audience probably never heard about Peru, besides from Machu Picchu 10 years ago. And that's true. It's because we, as Peruvians, we didn't believe in our cuisine. That was something very similar to other countries in Latin America. We used to say that Peru was a homeless person sitting over a golden bench. This golden bench meaning an amazing biodiversity, which is composed by the richness of the sea, which we have more than 800 species, only in fish, and more than 700 only of shellfish. 3,000 varieties of potatoes, which we didn't eat. Because talking about, for example, fine dining, more than 10 years ago, we would have never thought about going to a Peruvian restaurant. So there has been a revolution in these years. And how did that happen? How am I standing here talking about what's going on in Peru and what's going on in Peruvian cuisine? It's a union first. In Peru, all the chefs work as a team. We started working as a team. We started sharing our investigations. We started traveling around the country, to the Amazon, to the Andes, talking to the producers, talking to the fishermen, building connections between them, talking about the recipes they used to eat every day. Not only them, but their ancestors also. All this filled an empty space that all Peruvians had regarding their country. And there's a reason why also, because Peru was a country that suffered a lot for many years. Terrorism, violence. Not many Peruvians felt proud of being Peruvians. And something magical happened. That pride was filled by the gastronomy, by the Peruvian gastronomy, by letting people in Peru know about how rich the country was regarding ingredients, regarding products, regarding cultures. All these external influences that there's a phenomenon in Peru, which is, I talked about the biodiversity, and now I'm going to talk about I don't like to call it fusion, because sometimes fusion can be confusion. So it's important the way you create, Creativity is very important, and tradition is very important too. But if we talk about external influence, Peru is a country that has been a sponge. It has been a sponge because it has absorbed basically all the external influence, like the Chinese. We have more Chinese restaurants we call chifa, which is Chinese Peruvian cuisine, Cantonese style, than Peruvian restaurants itself in Lima. Okay? So actually we have a chifa every corner, more than 3,000, okay, in one city. We have, of course, the Spanish influence. We have a lot of Italian influence from Genova. We have our own version of pesto. We have our own version of minestrone. You gotta try it. It's very nice, you know. It's not doing Italian cuisine. We are not making Italian cuisine. We're making Creole Peruvian cuisine. Creole means a mixture, no? All the bloods together. No, this melting pot that has been built in Peru. And that we were used to eat every day at home. No? And I remember that friends that came from other countries told me, hey, this is amazing. The food in Peru is amazing. Peru is taste. It's full of taste. You know? And we didn't realize that. And the people from other countries told us. And we started working together. Working together, cooks, journalists, anthropologists, even the people, you know, who were into the gastronomic industry came also, we say they hopped into the boat together, you know, and helped us build a culinary scene in Peru that it's right now very interesting. Many people that come to Peru, the first thing that they do after they get into the airport, they take a taxi. When they take a taxi, the first thing the taxi driver talks about is food. You know, where are you going to eat? You already have your list. You have to go there, 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 and there. You know, I have many friends that they didn't know where to eat, and the taxi driver just said, you know, I have my favorites, so I'm going to take you. And they did a culinary tour. So, and that's to finish the first part of the conference. It's basically, there was a survey 6 months ago by the biggest newspaper in Peru, El Comercio. And they asked Peruvians, they took a sample of more than 10,000 people regarding why did they feel proud of being Peruvians. First place, Machu Picchu. Second place, food. Okay, so that's how important food has become in Peru. And I see Peruvian cuisine as an ocean with many influences. One of them, it's the Nikkei. I don't know if everybody has heard about what Nikkei cuisine is, but Nikkei cuisine, it's also a revolution because it's something unique. Peru and Japan are separated by probably 18,000 kilometers, but they are very, very close together regarding cultures, not only in food, but the culture itself. We have a lot of Japanese immigrants. The biggest Japanese community outside of Japan is in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then comes Lima. But in Lima, they have merged together with the Peruvian cuisine. Actually, if I ask probably anybody here about the national Peruvian dish of Peru, you probably say ceviche. Ceviche, or cevicherias, which are the places where they sell ceviche and many other seafood, were actually founded by Nikkeis. What is Nikkei? Nikkei means Japanese descendants outside of Japan. I am a Nikkei. I look Japanese, but I'm Peruvian. I was born in Peru. I act as a Peruvian. I feel totally Peruvian. But of course, I have, because of my father who is Japanese, this Japanese influence in my life, in the way I was raised, and that happens to many Peruvians also. So that happened to food. That happened to food, and the ceviche was influenced by Japanese. Before, we used to eat ceviche marinated in the lime at least for 4 hours because we were afraid to eat raw fish. Being said that, lime doesn't cook the fish anyways, but we thought it did, so it was safer to eat raw fish. The Japanese said, you know what, with sashimi here, there's no problem. If the fish is fresh, we can eat it raw. So ceviche is now made to order. At the same moment you order, you make ceviche. So being said that, one of our flagship, the most important dish of Peru is influenced by Japanese. And from there, many, many other dishes were created by Japanese immigrants. And that's what we call Nikkei cuisine, okay? Well, this is our new tasting menu. It has only 3 weeks or a month. And it's inspired on the Amazon, as you can see. The Amazon, it's something totally new. I've been there with biologists, and there are so many elements, ingredients unknown to science yet. And that is part of the revolution already, also. The amount of, if you can see, you saw the names of the ingredients. I have some of them I'm going to show you afterwards. Not even 30% of the ingredients that were shown on this video were used in Peruvian cuisine 5 years ago. They were used, of course, in the regions where they were cultivated by locals, but not in the capital city, not in restaurants. So we opened a new market. We probably triplicated the amount or the demand for these products, which helped the producers, building direct contact with them, telling them what we need as cooks and work together. So the amount of ingredients we have to work right now, it's much larger, and for a chef or for a cook, that's paradise. That's fun, So I'm gonna start cooking some things, and I'm gonna keep on showing you some ingredients. I haven't up front in here, but first of all, I wanna make one of the dishes. We're gonna try to make 4, probably 5. It depends on the time. I didn't plan to make a ceviche, but if we have time, we're gonna make one. Anyways, this is something very interesting, okay? I'm gonna show you. Marco has already done the pasta, but right here, I have a sachapapa paste. You saw the sachapapa, which is this purple potato from the Amazon, okay? This potato has something very particular. And that's one of the things important when you create something. Not necessarily everything that you create that's edible, as you say, is tasty. So food is also important. It's important for the food. Even though you create something beautiful, to the eyes, something totally original that nobody has seen before, with ingredients that nobody knows. Once you grab a spoon and you put it in your mouth, it has to be an explosion of flavors all the time. That's what we eat. So I was struggling with this potato a long time ago. We did many, many preparations, and none of them worked. It's very starchy. It has about 25% of starch. So one day, thinking about making a noodle, I said, hey, instead of using buckwheat to make soba, like in Japan, why don't we use this to make a pasta, since it's very chewy? So it gives a very nice texture to the noodles. So what we do is this. The sachapapa is the one, it's right here. I'm gonna grab one, I hope it doesn't fall. Okay, I'm gonna cut it. ¿Tienes un cuchillo ahí, Marco? So if you can see, it's this color. It's called ñame also in other parts of Latin America, okay? And it's very starchy. So what we do is we peel it, and then we process it in a blender, in a Thermomix, in a food extractor, no water added at all. And we end up with this paste. We bring this to a heat until it cooks. And then we make a dough, basically only adding flour. We make the dough, we add the flour, we let it rest. We work it a lot. We work it a lot, probably for 20 minutes, then we let it rest, take it out, work it some more, put it to the fridge, and work it again. And we end up with this. Look at the color of this. When I put it in the water, it's gonna turn bright, bright purple, okay? And it doesn't need that amount, it's about 15 seconds, no more of cooking time. So, that's why I'm gonna use the strainer, because I want it to take it out very quickly. We cut it by knife, the way it should be. And as soon as it hits the water, as you can see, the color changes dramatically, purple. Then it's going to go to ice cold water, and then it's when you're gonna see where the Peruvian kick comes. I always say, why do Peru and Japan, ice water now, Peru and Japan, their cuisines go so well together? And there's a reason why. Opposite poles attract. If you look at Peruvian cuisine is basically, if I would have to describe it, it would be like a hard rock. Okay? Heavy flavors, spicy, intense. And on the other hand, you have the Japanese cuisine, classical music. Product, very delicate flavors, you know. And when you match something like Peruvian cuisine and Japanese cuisine together, you get a balance of flavors. And that's what happens here. Right now, we have the pasta. I'm gonna try it. It's always important to try. It's chewy, you know. So now we're gonna add all the flavors of Peru. Peru, if we should divide the cuisines of Peru and Japan, Peru is basically this. If I have to travel, hopefully I'm very happy because I got to bring all these ingredients. You know, I got them through customs, so I was lucky. But mainly, all the ingredients are important. But if I have to choose one, it would be this. Ajíes. Especially this one, ají amarillo. It would be like olive oil in many countries. This is the DNA, or all these chilies, ajíes, are the DNA of Peruvian cuisine. Not for spice, because you can use these ajíes, take all the spice out by boiling them with water, with vinegar, you know. The capsicums, the spiciness has an alkaline pH. When you add acidity, you lower the pH, so you lower the heat also. You change the water, and you end up with only the pure flavor, but not the heat of these peppers. And you can make stews, you can make almost everything. So when I travel, if I have to make Peruvian cuisine, I can find pork, fish, anywhere. But this, I have to bring it. So this is one of the most important. On the other hand, Japan, if we talk about Japan and, okay, we're gonna do Japanese cuisine, what do we have to take? What's the most important? Soy. Soy in many presentations, soy sauce, miso, okay, are one of the dashi. Soy sauce, miso, and dashi, which is made with kombu and katsuobushi, together with ají, are the DNA of the Nikkei cuisine. And it's interesting because soy sauce with spicy is not invented in Peru only. You go to China, you go to Korea, you go to many countries in Asia, and the mixture of ajíes or chilies with soy, it's very common. So they work very well together. And that's the DNA of Nikkei cuisine. That's why Nikkei cuisine works. So actually, I'm gonna add chili right now, or ají colorado. This is a type of ají which is dehydrated. I think you can see it right here, which is dehydrated. It's a red ají, and then we rehydrate it with water, and then we process it. This preparation takes a long time, so we have already done. What we have done here, we have added clams or bongoles, because they have a lot of umami. We have right here all the miso, kani miso, or the essence of the head of the crab, which is going to add a very nice kick to this dish. And I'm going to add this to give it a nice kick. And we also have, we start with a sofrito, garlic, onions, red chili paste, ají colorado. We let it simmer, we let it sweat, the onions become, translucent. They say, we call it aderezo. A sofrito or aderezo is ready when you can just grab a spoon and you can eat the ají with the onions and the garlic right straight with your spoon, and you don't feel the strength of the onions or the garlic. That's when it's done. This sofrito plus the essence of the clams or the bongoles and the crab miso from the head together with this. This right here is something very important in Peruvian cuisine. To drink and then to cook. This is called chicha de jora. This is a fermented corn drink. It's used for thousands of years. Okay, people drink this like alcohol, and one part, the part remaining, the bottom part of the preparation of the fermentation is this one, which is very sour. It's almost like using vinegar. So we added also this to the aderezo, we call it. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add the pasta, or the soba in this case, and we are going to, a spoon here, put it here like this. All the flavors together with the soba. And we're gonna mix. Usually, it's better if you let it cool in the fridge for 15 minutes, so it's very, very cold. And the pasta, the soba, will absorb all the ingredients. I'm gonna grab some of the crab meat. We use a crab. ¿Me pasas una cabeza de cangrejo? The crab we use for this preparation is this one. Already the meat is in here. It's called cangrejo Popeye crab. It's called Popeye crab because it has big arms. And we find it, I love to fish, and it's all over the coast. It's very, very tasty. Okay, so we're going to add the meat of the crab also here. And this is something you eat with ohashi or chopsticks. Very, very cold. So I'm going to plate now. Am I missing something? ¿Me olvido algo? No? ¿Falta algo? Okay. Always asking if I'm forgetting something. Okay, cilantro, yes. Some cilantro, but the stems only. The stems, many people use only the leaves. The stems are very, very nice. I'm gonna plate over there. The stems are very, very, very strong, They have a beautiful flavor. I use them a lot. Okay. I'm gonna taste once again to see if it's okay. It's good. So we found a way to work up potato, which didn't work in other preparations, and we didn't want to put it in the menu to say that we used a potato if it's not bursting in flavor. So sometimes things, work out, sometimes don't. In this case, they did, and this is one of the dishes of our tasty menu. Okay, great. I'm gonna put some cilantro sprouts. ¿Me pasas los brotes de culantro, por favor, Marco? Perfecto. Así. Y vamos a ponerle, I'm speaking Spanish. I'm gonna put some more of this. Perfecto. Some more crab meat. And right here we have our first dish, which is sacha papa soba. It's an interesting blend between Japan and Peru, as you can see. Well, frijoles, beans. I think the camera can catch it here and see the colors of the beans we have. This is not a bean, but these are beans from the Amazon. The colors are amazing. You can see red, marbling, beautiful colors of Amazonic beans, okay? In one of my trips to the Amazon, we found out that I didn't know they had so many varieties. These are only 3 or 4 varieties of frijoles. And we said, okay, let's make something simple, very, very, very different and tasty. Okay, so I don't think we're going to need this anymore, so we're going to put it over here. Peru is known also to have a great avocado. Avocado or palta. It's one of my favorite ingredients. We call it palta fuerte. It's really like butter. It's crazy good. And what we do, pásame todos los ingredientes de los frijoles, por favor, y dámelos al resto del emplatado. It's we process the avocado with some cilantro and some lime juice, salt. That's it. Doesn't need anymore. Okay? And we do this. Perfect. Creamy avocado. We're going to add, ¿me pasas una cuchara, por favor? Y la quinoa. Marco is going to show you something. Pásame la quinoa procesada, por favor. I'm speaking in Spanish and in English. Because I want to show you something else that this dish has. Okay. The beans. What did we do to the beans? We cooked the beans in boiling water with salt, and then we saw it in the video. We sauté the beans in high heat with onions and garlic also to give it a nice flavor, smoky flavor. They are served cold though. We put it on top of the avocado. Okay, perfect. Some more. And then we're going to add, pinza por favor. ¿Tienes la quinoa procesada? Ahorita lo voy a poner. Some quince, or we call it membrillo, which is cooked in simple syrup. You can use any fruit you want. So it's salty and sweet. On the other hand, we had something very nice. Pásame el silpat, por favor. Right here, before I finish the dish, because I don't want to miss showing you this, right here, yes, right here, we have quinoa. Black quinoa. Pásame la quinoa, por favor. Well, quinoa is one of the things that, once again, not many years ago, nobody ate. Today, it's one of the superfoods of the world. And there are many ways to use it, and it's very interesting. Not only for salads, but we make crackers with this also. We make crispy quinoa. So first, we just grab this is black quinoa. We put it in a blender with some water, and we blend everything together. We get like a quinoa milk. Then we put it to the heat, just in order to get thickened a little bit. And once it gets thickened, yes, it's almost there. See? Okay, while he's doing this, I'm going to finish here. The result is this one. See? Crispy quinoa. The only thing you have to do is thicken it in the saucepan, put it on a silpat, very thinly, goes to the oven. It can go to the oven, or if you have time, and it's better even, you can leave it in a dehydrator at approximately 60 degrees until it dehydrates completely. Okay? You can do this with red quinoa, white quinoa, any quinoa. So, always something crispy is important a preparation. Okay. And it's beautiful, if you can see. It's very, very thin and crispy. Then, I have here some ponzu. It's a ponzu gel. ¿Ahí lo cortaste? Sí. Some ponzu gel, which we are going to put just a little bit in some parts of the preparation. And finally, some coffee crumble. This coffee crumble is made with coffee, of course, and it has also cancha, which is a toasted giant corn of Peru. Okay, it gives a nice crispy flavor also, and the coffee goes very well together with the beans. So, where's the other dish? No se fue el otro. What's that? Okay, should I leave it here? Okay, this is frijoles amazónicos. Okay, para allá lo ven allá. Perfecto. Okay, so look at here, look here. This is the result. It was liquid, and right now it's like this. No, I just go put it here, no, just to show you. And we start. Like this. And then as thin as possible. And then it goes into the oven. I'm doing the dish backwards, but it's a good way of showing how the cracker was made. This goes to the oven, or you can leave it once again in the dehydrator until it dries out. It takes like about 4 hours approximately. Okay. Now, we're going to do, what's next? We're going to do churros. The giant river, it's family of the apple snails, giant river apple snail, which it's a farm product. They are farming this product right now. Many products from the Amazon are endangered, so we only use the farm products like the paiche or the snails that are being farmed. Okay, and I'm gonna show you the shell of the. ¿Tienes ahí el churro? There's a dish, and that was part of my last presentation, which I love. It's caracoles al sillao, which means sea snails in this case, because the river snails are being used recently only in the contemporary cuisine, I would say. But for many years, the whelks or the sea snails have been cooked by Nikkeis like this. Basically putting the snails in soy sauce, mirin, some daikon, and if you want sour anise or any other spice you would like to add, and being boiled by many, many hours, like 6 hours, until they become tender. Okay? We have done the same preparation, but in this case, we have used river snails. ¿Tienes el plato del churro? ¿Está ahí? Perfecto. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it over here. Everybody can see. We have already cooked the snails. They are nice and tender. Okay. This is the shell of the churro. First, it's important always to boil it only with water and salt, and then cook it with the seasoning. Chalaca, por favor, y la jugo de reducción. So this is a dish which is small, but it's very, very fun and interesting because you find many, many flavors. Only in this el palo. Only in this shell. First of all, we have here chalaca. ¿Tienes ahí la leche tigre? I'm going to add 10 minutes, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it in high speed now because I believe we are running out of time. Always happens. Okay. I'm making a chalaca right now, okay? Chalaca basically is onions, ají, cilantro, lime. Very Peruvian. We put this in the table for anything. So we add the spice at the bottom. Nobody sees. You're not gonna expect this, okay? Then we put the churros. We're gonna make like a skewer here. 1 and 2. Okay? I'm gonna put it right in here. Reduction of the cooking stock. This is sweet. Okay? So it's sour, spicy, sweet right now. And we're gonna end up, el sifón, we're gonna end up with a foam made with dale dale, which is an Amazonic potato. You can cook this dale dale for 10 hours and it will still be crispy. Yeah, but once you process it and you make this foam, it's very, very gentle and delicate. So I'm gonna put it like this. Perfect. There we go. That goes on top. And finally, we wanna put some crispy garlic. So, China, I think we're gonna make it. Huh? One more dish. Cacao. I wanna make dessert now. Meanwhile, thank you. One more. I brought, this is one of my favorite cacaos, native from Peru. This is called porcelana. It's from the north. It's a theobroma. This is a Creole cacao. Amazing. It's citrusy. It's very aromatic. It's very delicate. I'm gonna show you. Pásame un cuchillo. Actually, right now we are making, with the shell of the cacao, we're making stews. No waste at all. We use the whole thing. And with the mucilage, I don't know how you call it here. We call it mucílago, which is the white membrane which covers the cacao. We make juice. When it ferments, it throws a liquid that it's amazing, you know. So this right here, it has a beautiful aroma. I'm gonna leave it over here so you can see. This is the right way to open a cacao. And I'm gonna make the dessert. So with this, we have made a 70%, pásame el saballón, por favor. A 70% cacao cream. Pásame todos los ingredientes. This is basically the shell of the cacao we have dehydrated. The nibs or the seeds sit at the bottom. We put this at the base of this dessert. What goes very well with chocolate? Salt, right? Salt and chocolate are friends. In this case, we are gonna substitute the salt for an ice cream which is made with shoyu or soy sauce. Soy sauce, it's banana and soy sauce. The soy sauce would give the kick of salt that we need for this dessert. And this is made with the nibs and the seeds of the cacao. It's basically processing the seeds together with sugar, some cocoa, some glucose, and it goes into the oven. Mochis, I love mochis. Very Japanese. Mango mochis and camu camu. Camu camu is one of the fruits with more vitamin C in the world. Some nuts from the Amazon of Peru. And the ice cream of shoyu. The shoyu ice cream, which gives this saltiness that goes so well with chocolate. There we go. Okay, I think we're out of time, but there's dessert. So, yes, well, thank you very much. And it was a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And if you can come to Peru, please do so. Beautiful country, good food, great people. Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank, Mitsuharu. Vielen Dank.
Thank you.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Lima ist ein Besuch wert und man sollte auf jeden Fall hingehen und wie gesagt, auf jeden Fall das Maido besuchen. Natürlich auch Virgilio und die anderen Großen aus Peru. Vielen Dank, dass du da warst. War eine ganz tolle Präsentation. Thank you for the presentation. It was
Thank
great.
you.
And I have a present for you. This is our CHEF-SACHE knife.
Oh, great.
Yeah, with of course Japanese steel.
Thank you very much.
The 2050 edition.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thomas.
much.
Thank you.